Another day, another video. So welcome back, and if this is your first time, hi, my name is Amel. Today's video is going to be for all my nursing students or medical students, or honestly uni students. This is slightly tailored more to nursing students because that's the field I'm currently studying, and today's video is all about what I pack in my nursing bag. So I have two bags to start with. I have my classic backpack, and this is what I bring during my theories, my labs. But then for clinicals, I have this more like purse style or tote style bag. But the important thing is for both of these bags that I always look for when I'm getting a new bag is pockets. I need pockets because if there's one thing about me, I need to know where everything is, and I need to keep it in the same place or I'll lose it. So the big thing for me is having compartments for electronics, for any of my books, my pens, anything, my tools, whatnot. Anything I need needs to be in place. So to prevent the messiness, because I can get messy if things aren't where they're supposed to be, having compartments in bags is extremely important. I highly recommend this when you're looking for a bag. I know we want stuff that's cute, that goes with our style, but I do think we need to be a little realistic and we need to be a little more efficient. So I use my backpack for theory days and lab days, and I use my purse more tote style for my clinical days or shifts or test days, or if I have shifts after my class because I need to bring my scrubs with me. And then a little extra is actually, yes, I'm a uni student and I still take a lunchbox. Normally I wouldn't take this with me because everything should fit in my bags, but on days when I'm carrying a little more, I do have my, and I think it's cute, honestly. So yes. And last thing I wanted to note before I move on is these bags need to be durable. These bags, as lovely as they are, as nice as they are, they get thrown everywhere. In the lab, they go on the ground, on clinicals. Honestly, wherever they tell us to put it is where we put our bags, so they need to be durable. I can't have a bag falling apart on me. I cannot do it, and I need it to be meant for this weather. We have summer weather and winter weather, so these bags need to be durable for both. So now let's go inside my bag. This is the bag I'm currently gonna be taking because I'm gonna be going clinicals. I have it packed and ready, but I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna put in it for this clinical rotation. And I'm gonna be on, my first rotation is labor and delivery. So this isn't specialized to that unit, but just putting it out there.
If y'all have any recommendations or advice, greatly appreciated.
Now let's move on. So the first thing every nursing student needs is their stethoscope. So mine is a black Littmann. I didn't get the specialty like the cardiac. This is just a regular all black matte Littmann, and this is very important for all of our assessments. And I do recommend, if you're carrying this, I do put it in my scrubs pocket on my side because I was told putting it on here, although it is cute, it's giving our profession. It is one, safety hazard. Two, it's just not sanitary because we're going to be using this on patients, and even though we do clean it, having it on our neck isn't the best for us. So I do put in my scrub pants, and that's probably what I would recommend. If you do have like the waist clip, if you get that on Amazon, that's another thing you can use. It's just, honestly, for the amount I take it out, I don't see the purpose of me getting that clip. Probably when I'm on my shifts though, working, that's something I see myself investing in. So next, another important nursing essential is your watch. So the big thing is having a watch with a second hand to count seconds. I use my Apple Watch and I've just customized it so it does that on its face, but you can also use, like, it doesn't have to be a digital, it can be a manual watch, like whatever does the job. I just like this because it counts my steps, it does everything in one. I like being able to see my notifications without actually having my phone on me, just because it's inconvenient. And although I won't respond to any of the messages, it's just nice to have it on me just in case for an emergency. So that is what I use. I would recommend anything. You can get anything off of Amazon, you can get it in person, your parents, your siblings, you know, someone's gotta have a watch. Snatch it, or you can grab a new one. Now, the next big thing is having a pen light. So my pen light actually came from the school, so this is the one I use. She's a little busted, as in she barely works, but it's very handy once again for people assessments. And then I like that it has, although it's extremely faded, it does have the pupil size like reference on here when you're doing your pupil assessment, or if you're checking if anything's dislodged or if anything's stuck, choking hazards, you're checking the ears, whatnot. Just having a pen light on you at all times, it's really important for our assessments, and it's very effective. I keep this on me on my scrubs at all times. And then to follow up with that, in the front I have all of my pens, but the most important pen that I use essentially every day is this pen. So it's a pen that is able to use any color I want right in that moment. But I think it's very important to have one of these pens, just because when we're taking our notes, I feel like just having it in black, it's just very confusing what information is what. And then when we're trying to organize for reports and whatnot, even though nowadays we do it online, if you are still going to use the paper, just having this type of pen is very convenient. Thank you to, because I didn't get this, I didn't buy this, you can buy it, but thank you to my first rotation clinical instructor, because she's the one who got us these pens, and I use it to this day, and I'm in my 3rd year, so that should say a lot. I haven't changed it yet. I do think it might need a new one soon, just because the pen isn't working as great as it used to, but that's great. It's doing its job, and that's all I need. But I do also have like regular pens. I always, though, the difference is for me that I have found really helpful in my academic career is having colorful pens. It's just to be able to differentiate what you're doing. It's really important, and it stands out so you're able to better recognize what you're writing down, and then when you do need to refer to that material, it's just easier to find what you're looking for. So yes. Now moving on is the fun part, I think. Well, one of the things to look forward to, and that is our badge. So I actually have 2 badges. I have one for work, and then I have one for school, just because I work and I work on a unit that does require us to have this. So this is mine. I'm not going to flip it over because it's going to show my name and where I work. But what I like about our badges is it has the status, like goals of care, on this one, and then we have, oh, can't show that, we have our emergency response code, which is very important. Need to have it on you at all times, and there's a lot of codes, so just knowing which one's being called out is important, because I've been on units, and sometimes when a code gets called throughout the hospital, it's kind of confusing what they're calling if you don't know it by heart, and I didn't know it by heart, so just having this on me, very good, very convenient. So I really appreciate that. But the fun part is having, I almost showed my thing. The fun part is having these. So these guys are badge reels. It's what allows our badges to retract, and I do have a couple. I was gifted these, and I love them dearly. On one of them, I do have like a little pen light attached to it that I'm probably going to use for this rotation, just so it's smaller, more compact, and just in case my other one does die out, I've got this one on me on shift. So yes, those are the big things, the essentials, I would say. And then of course I'm using mine right now, but I do always have my iPad on shift, just in case there's notes or research I need to do during the shift that I'm not able to access a computer, or during my breaks, because unfortunately even on our breaks we are doing work, we're still researching. So yes, having my iPad on me at all times is essential. I do not play with that. Now moving on, study and note taking. So once again, one of the things I do bring is my iPad. This acts as my planner and note taking, but on the unit I can't have my iPad with me at all times. It's not the greatest. So this is what I bring. This fits in my scrub pocket. Now that I think about it, there's a lot of stuff. It's just a little mini note-taking book, and I always have this on me just to take notes as I go. After I leave a patient's room, if there's something I want to note take, this is my go-to. So yeah, I put this in my compartment. Literally, I'm not joking. literally in my... So I do have two. And the reason is just because I like to be prepared, and I know sometimes like my partners don't have their like notebook, so if they need it, they can use that. Now another thing is, I know this is pretty like popular, but it's having a clipboard with storage, or just a clipboard. I haven't found the need to get one. You can get it on Amazon if you'd like. I know other nursing students who have utilized it and have said great things about it. I just don't find it convenient going from room to room with a clipboard, even if it's the one that does like fold up, because I know if it can fold up, it can go in your scrub, but even then it's still too big for me. So that's not something that I use, especially with like COVID rooms or isolations. It's just a little inconvenient having that to bring in and out of rooms. But that is, if that is something that helps you and you want to try it out, go ahead. There's a bunch that you can get on Amazon. I know there is the ones you can fold up, which is probably more convenient, or just the regular ones that just the classics. But yeah, it's your choice. Whatever works best for you. It's your education. Do what works best. But just for me, I don't carry one on me. As long as I have this, I even put like notes that I think would be useful for me on the unit. So like the assessments that we probably would be doing, I do put it in here just to look back on, because I just don't think it's entirely professional just to have my phone out, even though I do have like reference guides on there, like our lip and cod and whatnot. So just having my notebook on me is both essential for note-taking and just reference for anything on the unit that might be special to that unit that we need to know. Now, another thing is planner. Now you can have the book, like your 2024 planner written out. I do have the digital version. Once again, it's on my iPad, so that is something I would bring this with you, because it is something that's probably going to change. Your schedule's constantly changing, shifts are changing, some things might come up, like you might have an OR shift. There's a bunch of things that we need to take account for, and although you can try to be as prepared as you can, putting it on your phone all the time in notes is not the most ideal situation. So if it's in your planner, you can always look back on it and you can always update it in real time. So it's good to have that on you at all times, which is why I'm including it in what's in my bag. Now for self-care and comfort items, because we all need it, snacks and water bottles. I will always have a water bottle on me. I will always have a thermos, and then a water bottle is my ideal situation, just because my thermos will always have tea and then my water bottle has water, because I am a caffeine girl but I don't drink coffee, so tea is my fix. And if you want me awake and functioning on the unit, I need to have my morning tea for those morning shifts, because I'm not a morning person. So that's that. So I think it's very important to have your water bottle on you, just because sometimes the cups, not the most trustworthy thing to use. I know we do use it for patients, but sometimes I've seen people be using that and it's not the most sanitary. So if I wouldn't trust it, then that's why I bring my water bottle. And it's just nice to have on me. It's always nice cold, and it's there because we're going to be talking a lot during our shifts. As important as it is to stay hydrated, it's important also to stay fueled for the day. So snacks. You might not have time to have lunch. The reality of the fact. There's times I be eating after my shift. It's very sad, but it is a reality of this path that we've chosen. So for those days, I always have snacks on me. Even if I'm not packing like it in my daily snack, I will always have something in my bag. So high protein snacks are good. It keeps you full. It doesn't keep you tired. It's like granola bars, which are filling for those long shifts. And then anything else, fruits. I love these fruit packs. If you know me, I always be having it on me. Then a portable charger. I would recommend having this. Honestly, I just keep the cord with me and then I would just try to find a plug-in. But if you have a portable charger, that's even better. If you're getting floated, if you're getting moved around, it's just nice to have in your bag. You can just charge your phone and it can just charge up in there, just for those days where you might have had a long day before and you might have forgotten to charge your phone. It happens, but it's just nice to be prepared for those situations. Another thing is lip balms, hand creams, and other personal items like hygiene items. I think it's really important. Whatever makes you feel comfortable, makes you feel cute, makes you feel just better overall about this shift, to get you through it, do what you need to do. Also, please, girlies, please, y'all, deodorant. They have it in me. I literally have it in here. Wait, I have like, so this is moving on to my next thing, but organization and packing tips. I have this small bag, and in this small bag is my daily essentials. Like I have everything from like concealer, but most importantly, I have deodorant. I have perfumes. I even have like my little mini gel. Anything that I think can get me through a day, can make me feel better, just make me feel a little more put together, I will have it in here, just because sometimes we'd be running late, sometimes morning shifts, we're not awake until we get to the location. So even just to get ready in the car, I love having this on me. This will always be in my bag. I do not play with that. But with that being said, having pouches in your bag is a great organization tool, whether it's to keep your notes, books organized, like your little notebooks, your pens, your highlighters, having a pencil case, having your personal products in here. Like, it's just very convenient. Now, talking with personal products, one thing I will always have on me is this, a hair clip. For anyone with longer hair, bring it. I've had hair bands break on shift for me, and I haven't had this, so now for that reason I always have this. So I would recommend just bringing, like, if you do have longer hair products. There are situations where you're gonna want to have your hair up, like tied up, not ponytail up, so just be prepared for those. Have a personal items bag and put that in there. Now, keeping items in the same compartments, I always know where to go for whatever I need. That is extremely important for me. I do have sometimes issues forgetting, so if I can expect it to be there, it should be there, because previous me would have put it in the same compartment when I'm done with said item, unless there was an exception to that, which doesn't happen often, and that's fine. But it does help my everyday life more seamless when everything is where it needs to be and I can expect what I'm pulling out from what compartment. So this last one is not something that we all want to be doing after an evening shift, after a long shift, but that is checking and restocking our bags. So specifically, I mean for my snacks, every time I will check to make sure for the next day I do have stuff in my bag ready to go. This also makes the next day when I'm going to get ready for the shift so much more seamless, or even just getting ready for class. I always have my stuff ready. Now, this is a little bonus, but this is something that I do carry, and it's actually a book. I will always have a book on hand because sometimes shifts, there isn't a lot going on the unit, and for those cases, a book. Or you got there too early, you have a lot of time to spare, a book. So I do always keep this on me. I know we have our phones, but I'm really trying not to be on my phone as often anymore. So I do keep a book on me at all times, and this is something I've actually always done. So yes, I think that would wrap up what I carry in my nursing bag. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you have any advice on what to pack, how I can optimize my bag, much appreciated, or if there was any takeaways from this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. Y'all, tell me why I just looked in this bag again and I just forgot there was more part. Okay, I'm gonna include this in just because I think it's important if you work in the inner city. I live in the inner city, I work in the inner city, but this is a naloxone kit, so this is very important for overdoses, and unfortunately this is a sad reality that is in our current climate. So we do have overdoses in our city, and it's a very important subject, and I feel like it's not talked about. But for any healthcare provider out there, or even anyone who is interested and willing to, this is a naloxone kit. I would highly suggest you having one on you and educating yourself on how to use this, because it can save a life. So this is a naloxone kit. I would open it up, but there are different variations of how these kits can come. You can get them free at the pharmacy for pickup. You can just ask for one and they will give it to you free. They will also, if you are new to it, and you are welcome to ask them to explain it to you and how to use it, because as important as this item is and it can save a life, we do want to use it in the way it was intended. So yes, I do carry this in my bag. I literally just looked in my bag because I was gonna pack everything up to do a little overshot, and I missed it, but I'm glad that I saw it because this is so important, and I think not enough people have it on them. And yes, carry an naloxone kit if you're able to and willing to, because it can save a life. Now with that, that's the end of the video. Sorry.